Hello, beautiful mothers, and welcome to this episode of YouTube. And I'm going to talk about something that is very, very important in relationships. And as you know, Christmas is coming, lots of gatherings, lots of people. You have to be with people that might think different than you, that might have different opinions, that might have different values, different ways of seeing the world, and sometimes and often this could cause conflict if and when we don't know how to deal with differences and how to use empathy. And as I wrote in one of my messages, empathy is the beginning of love. And how this takes place is that until someone feels that they've been hurt, and that you could actually say, I hear you, I know where you are. In other words, you go to where they are, then that's the moment when someone, number one, when someone feels heard, they open up and they start listening to you. And number two, if you are with them, when someone gets heard is when you can then have the wisdom to tell them or be and do whatever it is that they need for them to have well-being, to feel their needs. Anyways, I hope this is clear, but I'm gonna give you 3 steps. And the steps to use empathy are: number 1, put yourself in the other person's shoes. And I know you probably heard this again and again, and I've heard this in all communication training and leadership training and all kinds of training, is put yourself in someone else's shoes. What does it mean? Does it mean that you have to agree with them? Absolutely not. What it means is that you listen attentively to their emotions, their fears, their concerns, where they are, what they're feeling, and what is worrying to them, or if it's something joyful, what is bringing joy in their lives. Because empathy is not only we don't use empathy only when someone is going through a difficult time. We use empathy even when someone is sharing something amazing, something wonderful, an achievement or something that they're happy about it. And I'll tell you a little bit more about this later on. But okay, so put yourselves in their shoes. In other words, forget about your values, forget about your opinions, forget about your beliefs, and just empty yourself to the point where you can hear that person without any judgment. Okay? Number 2, when you are in that position, then your body language comes up. So with your body language, you're telling them that you're listening to them. If they're showing a feeling of sadness, you automatically, your eyes become compassionate. If they're showing joy, then your eyes become joyful. In other words, as you put yourself in someone else's shoes, you also reflect the body language that they need to see in you, that they need to feel. Because through body language, in fact, body language is a greater percentage of communication than words. But we'll talk about later. So yes, and even if, let me say this, even if they're not looking at you, they could almost feel it. Because communication is not only what you see or what you hear or what you touch with your 5 senses. Communication and the words are a spirit. And the spirit is felt, believe me. A spirit is felt through a computer, through internet, sitting by someone. The spirit is felt because the spirit that has no limits. Okay. Number 3, to show empathy is to, when you know what to do, when you get the wisdom of what to do, either to be tough or to be loving, to sit beside that person or to go away, or even to just allow them for silence and you be silent with them, just sitting there. So empathy is an art, and the more loving you become, the more, and I'm just going to say this right now here, the more love of God you have in your heart, the more empathetic you become. And I'm going to repeat something that is very important. Being empathetic doesn't mean that you agree with that person. It's not agreeing. It is being with them. It is letting them know, yeah, I hear you. Only I hear you. Not necessarily I agree with you. I hear you. And then 3, if wisdom moves you, the Spirit moves you, do whatever it is, the exact thing that you need to do for them to recuperate their well-being. Okay? Hope this is clear. If you have any questions, let me know. This is short and sweet. And remember this, the more love of God you have in your heart, the more empathetic you can be. This is proven. So God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. And listen, Merry Christmas. I'm so excited about Christmas. Today is the official starting of this amazing celebration. And I love it. And I just want to share something quickly. My spiritual mentor said that Christmas is where God is. So really, Christmas could be all the time. And yes, I agree with that. But regardless, Merry Christmas to all of you and to your children. God bless you.